Now, there's more. The orange Antichrist is still feeding the prosecution complex of the Christian right in this country, the Christian fascists. According to MSNBC, in recent campaign stops and on social media, Trump has reprised his lies aimed at inciting his Christian fascist base against Joe Biden. Now, when he comes up with this shit, the orange Antichrist, they're centered on the false charge that the Biden administration is persecuting Christians. And I mean, this is where I lose it with these miserable, whiny-ass Christian jerks. How can anybody in this country with a straight face say that Christians are being persecuted? Oh, my God. Just about everybody else is, but it's being done by the white Christians. But this is the tactic that these whiny bastards have always used. This persecution complex. Oh, I'm a Christian and you're taking away my right to tell you what you're going to believe in. So therefore you're persecuting me. Oh my God. Much like Trump's lies about a stolen election, these lies that Christians are being persecuted is his attempt to flood his Christian followers in this sorry, grievance-laden alternative reality in which Trump alone can rescue them from an evil government threatening their freedom. Will somebody please tell me, this is just a rhetorical statement, in what manner Christians have had anything taken from them? When just the opposite is true, every person in this country is having to deal with the restrictions of freedom brought about by cases brought before courts by the Christians. But that's not how you gain whiny-ass sympathy. You paint yourself as a victim. I'm a Christian and they keep persecuting me. The orange Antichrist, for example, in Iowa on December 19th, he gave a speech, and this is what he said, quote, as soon as I get back to the Oval Office, I'll also immediately end the war on Christians. Now, wait a minute. I thought it was a war on Christmas. I'll end the war on Christians. Oh, my God. He goes on. I don't know if you feel it. You have a war. There's a war. End quote. Now, he spoke just after the Colorado Supreme Court said, get the fuck off the state's Republican primary ballot because of what you did to overthrow the government. Well, Trump tied his war on Christians to his own legal woes, every one of which he brought on himself. This is what he said regarding that. Quote, under crooked Joe Biden, Christians and Americans of faith are being persecuted, and government has been weaponized against religion like never before, and also presidents like never before. I always say Al Capone was treated better than I was treated, end quote. See how he can't get a sentence out of his filthy little tiny mouth without whining about how badly he's been treated right along with the Christians. Oh, they're beating up on us. They're mistreating us. They're making our lives miserable. Wait till I'm president again. I'll fix it. Now, the Antichrist has promoted this theme of Christian persecution before. It was, matter of fact, it was one of the central themes of his run for the office in both 2016 and 2020. But he's elevating it again as these legal issues mount. You see, it's very easy to get his brain-dead Christian fascist cult to think that this is all a plot against their religion, because they have been brought to believe this. I mean, wasn't it the Christians that did the pogroms against the Jews? Wasn't it the Christians that slaughtered God knows how many Muslims and Jews during the Inquisition? Wasn't it the Christians who slaughtered people as they marched across Europe in their crusades to take back their Holy Land? Wasn't it Christians who invaded landmass after landmass to destroy, decimate, make sick, kill indigenous people? What the actual fuck is he talking about? Or the Christians talking about? Well, nothing. But this is all part of the big lie. Make shit up. And then push it and push it. And the bigger you make the lie and the more you push it, according to Adolf Hitler, the more chance you have of convincing people that it is true. Christians persecuted in the United States? Christians being made war on in the United. This is what Trump is telling these people, and this is what so many of these bleary-eyed fools are believing. Yes, I'm forced to bake a cake for queers. No, you're not. Supreme Court, you didn't say you have to. Yeah, but not until the Supreme Court said it. Well, then you don't have to do it. Yeah, but they're always persecuting me, and I just want to pray at the feet of my Lord and Savior, Donald Jesus Trump. I mean, Jesus Donald Christ. I mean, you know what I mean. Ah! Now, it's no surprise that Trump's cult followers see his and the Christian war is tied together. As reported on MSNBC, when he was indicted in a Manhattan court on charges that he illegally covered up hush money payments to his friend Stormy Daniels, well, his Christian nutcase backers compared this supposed persecution to that of Jesus Christ. You don't think that's fucked up? In a Truth Social video 2 days after his Iowa speech, the one I'm referring to, Trump made his persecution agreement with the Christians complete. He contended that under Biden, quote, Christians and Americans of faith are being persecuted like nothing this nation has ever seen before. And the Orange Antichrist also once again repeated these wild claims from congressional Republicans about anti-Catholic bias by the Biden administration and the FBI in particular. And do these people not understand that there is no more of an ardent Catholic in government in the United States than Joe Biden? Oh, my God. And ramping up this Nazi rhetoric, Trump pledged in the Iowa speech that he's going to institutionalize an authoritarian crackdown of the same sort that he accuses the Biden administration of implementing against Christians. Here's what he said, quote, upon taking office, I will create a new federal task force on fighting anti-Christian bias to be led by a fully reformed Department of Justice that's fair and equitable, end quote. Oh, my God. Oh, I'm going to be ill. All right, look, I can't do any more besides I'm just about out of time. Just please be prepared. Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. You know, the Progressive Voices Network brings you commercial-free commentary from today's leading progressive radio hosts and pundits, like me, Mike Malloy, 24 hours a day. I'm not your typical old guy from the 80s or the 90s talk radio host, and Progressive Voices is not your typical talk radio network. It's a listener-supported nonprofit with no corporate control whatsoever over our broadcast. So hosts like me, Mike Malloy, are free to rant and scream and carry on about whatever we like. We're often controversial, but we're never boring. Weeknights, 9 p.m. in the East, 6 p.m. in the West on the Progressive Voices Network. Always progressive, always on. I'm Mike Malloy. Keep it lit.